Hello, hello. Good morning, everyone. It is 48 minutes after 9 o'clock on this new week ahead. I hope everyone's doing well and had a good weekend. I'm wave meteorologist Brian Good. Welcome to the blog today, Snow Talk, where we try to talk about snow every update, but sometimes we don't always get thrown a bone here on this. But this week, we actually are going to be talking at least about some snowfall. You guys are, I'm sure, aware of the talk on this by now, but there's other elements to what will happen this week that we need to certainly be mindful of as well as we evolve through the next 3 to 4 days, especially. And then we'll get into at least a teaser of how things are looking toward the Thanksgiving holiday, which can you believe is right around the corner next week, not this week, but next week. So more on that coming up here in just a few. As always, you guys can comment and ask your questions on our social media side. I've got all that on my screen here on the side. Sometimes I miss some of your questions. Sometimes I catch you in time. If I do miss you, I apologize. I'll try to catch you next time around. But hopefully I will answer your question and before you have a chance to ask it, if everything goes as planned there. All right, let's get you direct to the snowboard. This is where we are looking at any snow chances as we evolve here over the next 14 days. Right now, it's still the system for late Wednesday and really, again, late Thursday that will feature at least some rain and snow showers. You guys know how the first snow like this turns out. Usually it's nothing to get too worked up about, but it's the test run. It's a test run of a lot of things. Our systems, my snow thinking, my calorie intake of Twix bars, which I'm going to have that checked tomorrow. Hopefully it's a good report. If it's not, then I don't know. I may have to cut back on the Twix and the snow amounts this year. Sorry, guys. All right, here's a live look at Huber's Orchard and Winery. See a few sun rays trying to get through. There are a lot of clouds out there, guys. A lot of clouds. So I've been on an overcast day, but warm today. It's actually a warm front that is stretching across the area and passing through. And it looks like a lot of rain coming at us, but this is just the edge of the warm front passing through here. There's not a lot of moisture with this. So it's mainly just an increase in clouds. Let me broaden the view out. Now you can probably see why that this is not a concerning batch of rain, because this is an arc and it has trouble building all the way to the right-hand side of it here. So it only is able to fill in so much and it's lifting north. So once this little wave gets a little further past us to the north there, we will generally stay dry for many areas and a little breezy at times, but it will be a warm setup today. But look at this nasty squall line. Look at that. I mean, that line's really holding together, racing through Oklahoma. I mean, pretty much impacting every, let me zoom in. It's like every single county in Oklahoma is being impacted by that squall line. Maybe one or two on the southern end. But look at that. It's just raking along I-40 there, heading due east. There are no warnings, I don't think, with this right now, but there's that tornado watch that is out at the moment. This is the system that is going to kick up our thunderstorm potential, but this is not the one that will be responsible for the snow. That piece of it is still locked up here to the north and really will develop right over us as we head into Wednesday through about Friday, it looks like, of this week. So this is a separate system. This is one of the reasons that we do have the alert day out tomorrow for mainly the impacts and what is left of this band of rain when it arrives here for the commute tomorrow. That's one of our main challenges. Not too worried on the severe side. The severe side is, again, right there along the line, and then also in Louisiana. But as you saw, there's not a lot of reports coming in. Still early today, though. Meanwhile, the winter storm severity index starting to light up in the northern plains. That is the beginning signs of what will be our issue later this week. Not so much on winter storm side of things, but at least a change of a different topic altogether. In fact, here is a futurecast in the short term. I'm going to cover just tonight through tomorrow morning's commute for the alert day that is out. So we're fine, as I mentioned today. The rain will move back in. The line that you saw back into Oklahoma will then arrive here roughly between 2 and 4 in the morning. Again, not expecting anything severe, but some lightning and thunder. Yeah, it's possible. I mean, we saw that the last round of steady rain. We had quite a bit of lightning, but there was nothing severe. The rain itself will be pockets of moderate to heavy, but widespread heavier rain like we have the last rain event is unlikely. So the rain amounts are going to be really varying here from 0 to maybe a quarter, 4/10 of an inch. And that's in the high end. So this is not a major rain. It's all about rainfall intensity, while they are moving in at a bad time, which would put it at about 4 to 7 a.m. is when these little moderate pockets move in. And that's the reason why we want to make sure you guys are aware. Potential there could be some delayed buses, or a lot of kids staying at the bus stop. A lot of heavy rain in pockets there may slow you down. There could be some accidents in the morning. So just kind of a big caution on the heads up there, and just allow some extra time tomorrow to get to work and school as this moves on by. A much improved setup in the afternoon. Breezy, but it will still be mild for your Tuesday. The chilly air doesn't arrive until Wednesday. So to do the timing on this, again, we're going to roughly go in that 4 to 7, 4 to 8 window. Just bad timing for the pockets of heavy rain. Let me stress again, we are not looking at severe weather. Okay, so what happens for Wednesday? Well, Wednesday, low pressure is going to form right in the spot where the first low, this is the one that's in the plains now. It's just jetting due north into the Great Lakes. And as that happens, as I mentioned on Saturday, if you were watching, there will be a new low that would rotate in, piece of energy will. And it's really the dumbbell effect. They keep just constantly playing off each other, forming different low pressures, little waves, and they continue to spin in a circle until eventually they just get the boot and head out into the Atlantic. And each time one comes around for another visit, another round around the lap, if you will, that's when we need to watch for any chance for rain and or snow shower activity. And the more it spins and eventually heads more east, then obviously when it comes back around again, it's going to be too far east to impact this at all. So it's only a narrow window, the first couple of little loop-de-loops that it does, that will have some impact on our weather. Otherwise, it'll be out of our hair fairly quick. The issue, too, to watch, the timing of these loop-de-loops. If they do bring in some snow showers at 3 o'clock in the morning, they do have the potential to stick at that point. Ground temps are warm. We know the warm snows. I rarely have seen the first snow of the season go to where it's causing problems. It's very unusual for that to happen. Usually it's just a talker on social media and we're done with it. But I think the biggest issue here is not going to be the snowflakes. Normally I would be very excited about that and say that's the lead. But here's the challenge. It is going to be tough to even see the snowflakes. Why? Because the wind is going to be so strong Wednesday and the Thursday. I mean, a near sustained wind that may get up there around 30 miles per hour, but gusts certainly can get up there at 45 at times. Because of that windy scenario, boy, it's going to be tough to just, you'll be trying to count, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you just try your best to keep up with it, good luck, because the wind's going to be blowing fast enough. So it's not going to be that pretty gentle snowflakes are falling, maybe on your holiday decor you already have up in your yard. It's not that type of a snow setup. It's the type of snow that just moves on by. I'm not sure if that makes you happy or not. I don't know. I'm a snow lover, so I get picky on that kind of stuff. So anyway, that's the overall setup on the bigger idea. The individualized little loop-de-loops that come on by. The first one's going to be Wednesday. This is going to be a light rain. Wednesday midday. Boy, this is going to be a miserable light rain, though. 50s, light rain. The wind starts ramping up. Wind chills would be in the lower 40s. I mean, Wednesday is not a snoozer either. I mean, that one's going to be kind of crummy for Wednesday. But that is the first spoke that moves on by. We're still too warm for that to have anything wintry with it. So that is definitely going to be rain. It moves on by. Now we'll get ready for the second loop-de-loop, and here it comes. Again, everything's spinning in this fashion. So here comes the next one out of Ohio and Indiana. Timing on this one, though, right there near 65 and points east at 9 p.m. Thursday night is when at least the Euro likes to bring it in. All the different models vary a bit on timing, but they have a very similar look to this, just vary a little bit on, again, on the loop-de-loop speed. That one passes on by. That's the one, if there's going to be any of them that can give us a roof top coating of snow, your car, that kind of ordeal, it would be that one. And it would melt as soon as it stopped. It would start melting immediately. So you're going to have to be awake for that one. It moves on by, and you can see how the cold air gets pinched off. This low does. Starts to shut down the machine, moves it on, and then we quiet down. And it's over. So again, to recap, biggest issue this week is going to be the drop in temperature. Nothing record-breaking, just our first big drop of the season. And the wind is going to be close to the advisory level, may even get to wind advisory criteria. It's possible. But either way, a lot of wind over a long period of time. I mean, Wednesday through Thursday, even part of Friday, it is going to be windy. It's a long duration wind scenario. Anchor down your holiday decor. Keep the inflatables off that ordeal. And then the snow part is going to be minor, but festive if you're able to see it. Thanksgiving week. Well, another wave moves on by at some point this weekend, but all that's going to do, the jet is going to be very amplified with a big dip over our area later this week with the cold air. Well, the jet tries to balance out a bit over the weekend, and this system tries to flatten it back out at some point Sunday into Monday. I don't know if we'll get much rain out of it, but it should squash down any significant warming that would normally take place in this scenario. We would get out of a cold snap, we would bounce right back up to 60s and 70s, right? Well, this little wave here over the weekend wants to prevent that. It wants to keep us generally in the 50s for highs. And then as the next system rolls in, which will be the travel day into Thanksgiving, right now, it looks like it's going to be warm enough that it would be rain. But there is the rain snow line to the northwest, very close. This is going to be what we'll call a baroclinic zone. There is a margin of error here for Thanksgiving. So we need to watch that on either side. It could trend slower and deeper, and therefore we would get warmer air, and therefore we would get thunderstorms into the mix for Thanksgiving. Or it could trend a little faster and a little more south, and we could bring the rain snow line closer to us and change the storyline in that direction. I don't know. No one does. But right now, it does look active, at least near that period of Thanksgiving. And that's how that's the best way I can leave it for now. And when you look at the noise of the ensembles from the Euro on snow, these are the different model ideas. What I'm looking at here, not so much the exact colors and the amounts. What I'm looking at is noise. How many of these lines of the Euro, and you see these are all the different member numbers on the far left. How many, let me bring this full screen so you guys can see it. Except that's me. Hi. There it is. What I'm looking for to see is how many fill in. And then once they all fill in, then confidence goes up that something has potential to fall. And then we can start paying attention to the color coding and the amounts. But right now, I mean, it's not bad. I mean, it's got several that are filled in here, but there are a lot of gaps still. There are a lot of gaps. Let's see if this fills in the next couple of days. If it does, then we may have some minor grass accumulations to talk about. But right now, it's a relatively weak signal. And another one, but still weak. And this is actually the first week of December that the Euro is painting right now, but it doesn't seem to have a good handle on that one, at least not yet. All right, let me show you the 10-day and get to some of your questions. I got to run because I know there's a press conference coming up. Let's see. I think everyone's all right. No one got a mix of some snow. I don't want snow. Yes, I want snow. And a lot of you asking about Thanksgiving, so I think I covered that in good detail. All right, very good. All right, guys, I hate to run. You see the alert days that are out tomorrow morning for the rain. If the rain timing changes on that, we'll take the alert day out. And obviously, Wednesday starts a transition to windy and colder with light rain. And then Thursday is a day that is really more of a shock to the system. And then we recover this weekend. But because of that system smashing down the heat, or any kind of warming, I think we have limits on how warm this can get. So we'll be watching next week carefully for Thanksgiving. All right, guys, that's it for now. Appreciate you watching as always. Be safe. Treat each other well. I'll see you guys on the flip side.